everybody. Welcome back to the DSC by Browdy. Welcome to this free 2-day Realtors training today and tomorrow. Tonight, we're going to be discussing what to do when sales are slow. What to do when sales are slow. I'm excited to be here this evening. If you're jumping live, oh, amazing. I think my sound is good. If you're joining me live, please type #live in the comment section and let me know where you are joining me from. I'm trying to make sure we are live. Beautiful, beautiful. Please type #live in the comment section. Let me know you're joining me live. If you're watching the replay, type #replay in the comment section. Let me know you have watched this. Amazing. If you're jumping here live, just type #live. So your first name and let me know where you're joining from. So if you're joining from Zamfara, be like #live Ahmed from Zamfara, or you're joining from Lagos, #live Tony from Lagos, something like that in the comment section. I like to know where you are joining me from. So we're going to be having an amazing time. Of course, we're going to be sharing what to do when sales are slow or when sales go quiet. You know, there are times when sales go quiet. There are times when sales are slow. What do you do at such times? If you can hear me clearly, please type 1 in the comment section. If you can see my screen clearly, please type 2 in the comment section. Let me know we are live. Let me know you can hear me clearly as we dive right in. We're going to be discussing what to do when sales are slow. So basically a realtor's daily action plan to bounce back. We're going to be designing that in the next 2 days, tonight and tomorrow night. Amazing. Obunaya Prince said, live, he's live. Amazing. Obunaya is joining me from Aba. It's good to have you right here. Friday said, we are live. Amazing. It's good to have you here. Just type #live in the comment section, your first name and where you are joining from. Again, if you're watching the replay, just type #replay in the comment section and where you're joining from. If you can hear me clearly, type 1 in the comment section. If you can see my screen clearly, type 2 as I dive right in. Beautiful. I think my sound is good. I am Jeff Anozie. I'm your host this evening. And in the next 1 hour, I'll be unveiling why sales go quiet or go slow. I like it. I like the sales go quiet part, right? Why do sales go quiet and how do you fix it? So why sales go quiet and how to fix it. The goal at the end of this class or this section, this 2-day section is to help you understand. So for tonight we're looking at why sales go slow or go quiet. Then tomorrow we're going to look at let me be sure everything is good. Please, are we good? Are we live? Everybody good? Can you all still hear me clearly? So tomorrow we're going to be looking at attracting buyers and reviving cold leads. How do you attract serious buyers and how do you revive cold leads? That's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. But for tonight, we're basically just going to be looking at basically why sales go quiet, right? There are 4 hidden reasons. I call it the 4 silent sales killers. Please, someone should help me type it. 4 silent sales killers. Welcome, Lovett, Land Director. It's good to have you here, ma'am. Good evening, good evening. Good to have you here as well. So 4 silent sales killers. We're going to be looking at that tonight, okay? That's what basically we're going to be looking at. Now, we're going to be diving right in. So again, before we go on, I have very, very good news while I wait for others to join. Have you heard of the Realtors Bootcamp 2.0 coming up on the 20th and 21st of June 2025. Have you heard of it? Let me give you a sneak peek. While we wait for others to join, let me just give you a sneak peek as we wait for others to join. This is what it looks like, the Realtors Bootcamp 2.0. The theme of the event will be start, scale, and sustain. That's what the theme will be. To be happening on the 20th and 21st of June, 2025 in the city of Enugu. That is in Amadio Event Center, Enugu. That's where it's going to be happening. I'm going to be bringing you more updates on this at the end of this section. I am excited about the things we're going to be learning right now. I'm excited about the things we're going to be learning right now. If you're going to be there, please do the flex emoji if you're going to be there. All right, amazing. God's power. Chiju said 4 silent sales killers. Of course, that's basically what we're going to be unveiling. We're going to be unraveling this mystery tonight, and we're also going to be looking at how to fix it. Are we ready? Again, if you're going to be in the bootcamp, more information will be at the end of this training. All right, we're going to have more information at the end of this training. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Blessed Chubike, it's good to have you here. Obunaya Friday. Favor, it's good to have you here. Love it, Land Director, it's good to have you. Friday is good to have you. Everybody's good to have you. Again, once you jump on live, please type #live in the comment section and let us know where you are joining from. Amazing. So let's dive right in. Tonight, again, we're looking at why sales go quiet and how to solve it. Why sales go quiet and how to solve it. Right. So let's dive right in. If you're ready, I'm ready. If you're ready, type ready in the comment section or put the fire emoji in the comment section if you're ready as we dive right into tonight's section. Okay. Now, the thing is, there are a couple of reasons why sales go quiet. A number of reasons, right? I want to believe that there are reasons beyond our control and there are reasons within our control. Please, if you can hear me clearly, type 3 in the comment section. I don't know, I'm not hearing myself here. There are two major reasons why sales go quiet. The first reason, like why sales go slow. The first is beyond our control. All right. And this is where you need God. Okay. And the Bible said, for those that are Christians, I'm a Christian. And the Bible said that Paul plants, Apollo waters, but God brings the increase, right? But there is the planting and there is the watering. Okay. And that is the part that is within your control. All right. Every business needs a spiritual power, right? Needs a higher power because there are some things that happen that is beyond your control. There are some things you get that is beyond your control. But the focus of tonight's class, right, is with the things that you have control over. And as a matter of fact, having interacted with lots of realtors, I realized that, hold on, I think my privacy is locked. I don't know. Okay, this is public now. So why? I realized, having interacted with lots of realtors, I realized that more than 95% of the reason most people's sales are slow is due to their own reason. All right, it's due to the things that are within their control. Please give me a moment. I am trying to get this thing to go public. And on Facebook, I'm trying to get this to go public on Facebook, but I don't know why it's not going public. Okay, anyways, we'll just go on. We'll focus on YouTube. By the way, you can watch the replay on YouTube and also stay tuned for tomorrow's edition as well on YouTube. Put the fire emoji in the comment section if you're enjoying this already so we can just go on. Let me just be sure our YouTube is good too and everything. Okay. Amazing, amazing. I can see the comment section is blowing up. Please put the fire emoji if you can hear me clearly. Let's dive right in. As I was saying, there are two reasons why sales go slow, right? And I said that the first is beyond our control, but the second is within our control, right? And I have realized, having interacted with realtors for the last 4 years, that a bulk of realtors, a major reason why your sales go slow or go cold is within your control. Because usually when I interact with individuals, both realtors and business owners, and they tell me things like, oh, Jeff, this thing is not really working for me and all of that, I get to ask them a few questions. For instance, I like to see your sales strategy. What is your marketing strategy? How do you promote your business, right? Show me your daily activity when it comes to promoting your business. And I realize that a lot of people are not strategic. They're not systematic. There's no systematic step-by-step formula, right, of promoting their business and themselves, right? And you now get to see that, okay, now that there's no strategy, there's no proper structure around these things. How are people supposed to find you? I remember in 2021, in fact, December of 2020, when I decided that, you know what, it has to be real estate or real, I was going to pay my bills, right? I started thinking to myself, how many will even know me in this life? Like, okay, so from the little that know me, what is the possibility that these people that know me can afford what I'm trying to sell, right? And I began to ask myself these questions. Okay, how am I going to be visible? Okay, how am I going to be? Am I going to do these things such that people can find me? All right, and so I came up with a strategy. And by the end of 2021, of course, I became top realtor in multiple companies at the time, and of course, I won a plot of land and a lot of other things. And most importantly, I've been able to, transfer the strategy, that system, to other realtors and other individuals after me that has gone ahead to replicate the same process. All right. And I realized that this is one of the major reasons why most people's sales go cold. Welcome, Madam Priska. It's good to have you. Thank you, Gospel, for the fire emoji in the comment section. All right. So I'm going to be talking tonight about four silence. So the part one of why sales go cold, we're going to be talking about four silent sales killers. Again, please type four silent sales killers in the comment section. Now, I'm going to run with an assumption. All right. I'm going to be assuming that you all watching me tonight, right, have totally and completely decided to do real estate for real. So what that means is that you're not just interested, you are committed, right? If you're committed, type committed in the comment section. Just type I am committed in the comment section if you are committed, so that let me know I'm talking to the right audience, right? And of course, we're going to go deeper on this during the Realtors Bootcamp 2.0 on the 20th and 21st of June 2025, happening in Enugu. Beautiful. Madam Chiamaka said, I am committed. Roy said, I am committed. Frank said, I'm committed. Beautiful. You all are committed. Okay. So let's dive right in. The first silent sales killer, number one, is little or no visibility. Please help me write in the comment section. Little or no visibility. And I have noticed that this is the number one problem that makes sales go quiet or sales go cold. Remember that your current result is a direct reflection of your past thoughts. We're going to talk more on thoughts later, and actions and one of the major actions that you ought to carry out on a regular basis is to stay as visible as possible. So the number one silent sales killer is little or no visibility. All right. And at this point, please, people that used to say, I am not a social media person, I think you should leave the WhatsApp chat at this point. Because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. All right. So notice that the real estate sales industry or marketing industry has changed over the years. As a matter of fact, more people are joining the industry. More and more people are joining the industry, especially because most people now have an Android phone. Most people have phones that they can just simply use, create content, and put it out there. Also, notice that the barrier to entry of real estate is pretty low. What that simply means is that you don't need a certificate. You don't even need anybody's acknowledgement. All you need to do, at least in this part of the world, is just wake up one morning and declare yourself a realtor, and boom, you are one. Okay. So what that means is that there is more and more options for the target market. All right. And so you decide to stay invisible and you expect the people to fall on your laps right in your house. Or you expect to do things the traditional way and expect another result. Like, how does that work for you? I mean, people like me, the advantage of this is that people like me that did not have any rich uncle, rich auntie, any big contacts that can dole out 50 million right now to buy a property, we now have hope. If you're like me, type in the comment section. We now have hope. Type it there. We now have hope, right? That's what it means, right? So that's what it means. Okay. Now, the first point you should note here is that if people don't see you, they won't buy from you. Simple, right? I mean, being silent online is like being invisible in a marketplace. It's like you come to the market, you load your shop, you lock it up, and go and stay somewhere on the road. Like, how are people supposed to buy from you? Okay. So the number one problem I'm seeing is little or no visibility. And guess what? You're competing with a more active and consistent voice. Like the number of other people that can perform the same service you're performing are louder and becoming louder and louder every day. So whether you show up or not, the beautiful thing is that every day people buy, right? That's the beautiful thing. It's good news for us. Every day people buy, right? So the point now is, who are they buying from? Okay, they're buying from the visible people. Now, let me tell you the uniqueness of the fact that, and when people say things like, oh, the market is saturated, I believe that they are talking to people that, number one, are not visible enough. Because, see, no matter how many we are, we cannot serve the entire populace we're not still enough to serve the entire populace of people looking for property to buy every day. If you believe what I'm saying, say I believe. In the comment section, say I believe. Of course, Lover said we now have hope. Roy said we now have hope. Of course, we now have hope. People like me and you now have hope. So we can literally be searched online and found. Like, who would have thought? A client of mine from Australia called me today, right? He's in Australia. And this particular client has bought from me, started buying from me in 2021. I think 2021, sometime around March. And we've been friends, we've been clients and now friends till date. He called me this evening. Now, he has also introduced me to his friends and associates. Now, who would have thought Jeff Anozie from the back end of life would have been this person that people can literally call from all over the world, right, to purchase from? That is the beauty of the internet, right, and the opportunities we have. Now, this market is not saturated. It cannot be saturated, right? The two things we have going for us is that you can sit in any point and be as visible as possible, and someone somewhere will reach out to you. Now, let me tell you the good news. The best part of all of this is that You are unique. Write in the comment section, I am unique, right? And what that means is that your superpower, your greatest superpower is your unique personality. I wish you get this part. Your greatest superpower is your unique personality. And you do yourself a disservice. Okay, it's not just you. You do yourself and your generation to come a disservice when you keep hiding that unique power, that superpower you have, which is your uniqueness. I remember, in fact, this thing became very clear to me in 2021, I think around October, when my colleague had just employed this lady and we're working together. And me now, I was feeling like, okay, and once anybody sees me, they just buy from me. Once anybody sees me, in my mind, then once you can see me or find me, you're going to buy from me. Until she got a client. And so, of course, I was training her. I trained her. That was in, so we began to work, I think, in October. So by October, November, December, by January, she began to make sales, right? So by at that ending of January, I think early February, she got one client. And the shocker of my life was when the client told her, so the client bought from her, made sure that she got all her money, even paid her, the client paid her her own 5% commission, apart from the one the company gave her, ensured that she made extra money, as well as gave her a building contract. Then one of those days, we're just having this conversation. And she then told me that the client knows me. That's as a matter of fact, that the client told her that she has watched my video. And I can't remember clearly how that conversation came up. But the point was, the client saw my video. Of course, I had a better video. You know, gang, I had done drone, on ground, you know, everything, gang, you know, actor kind of video. And I saw her own video where her camera was shaking. Of course, I was using a better phone, I think, at the time. I can't remember clearly. But the point I'm trying to make is my own video had all the gang things. Like I have done video. You know how you finish doing video and you rest. You know how God rested on the seventh day. I don't do video. You know that kind of thing. And at the end of the day, the client bought through her. Now, the thing that now shook me, it shook at my soul, was when the client now told her that she had seen my video, that in Igbo, Hapu Jeff, Nchori go through Gi, sorry, leave Jeff, I want to buy through you. That's what the client literally told her. I don't know if I was hot. I don't know if my feelings were hot, but it taught me a very good lesson that your uniqueness is your superpower. That's the lesson that thing taught me. The client told her that they are buying through her just because, so the client was even defending her to her husband. Like, no, it has to be this lady. Now, that was when this thing dawned on me. And I didn't realize that, see, yes, model people. Look at what people are doing. That's okay. Use it as a benchmark. Take a leaf or two from there. But your biggest superpower is your personality. Please, someone should write in the comment section. My biggest superpower is my personality. And the more you stay invisible, the more you do yourself a disservice. Not just you, but your generation. The more you stay invisible, the more you do yourself a disservice, and not just you, your generation, right? Because the truth is, a less experienced realtor showing up regularly will definitely outsell a seasoned one who is quiet. Remember also that your audience forgets easily. See, again, I know that the some people will not buy except through me. I am sure of that. Why? Because I believe very strongly that there are people out there that need my personality. They just match with me. They will tell you things like they just connected with you. They just saw you and just connected with you. You know, my soul and your soul just click. In fact, I believe that my soul and your soul were best friends in heaven. That kind of thing. But at the same time, the truth is, if you don't show up, if you're not visible, they are still going to buy that property anyways. That you're not there does not mean they're not going to buy property again. All right. I think I've overflogged this particular point. We'll dig more on deep during the Realtors bootcamp. Amazing. I like the comment section. My biggest superpower is my personality. Beautiful. And Daniel Eze Moses, my biggest superpower is my personality. Roy, my biggest superpower is my personality. Ekene, beautiful. I like the comment section is blowing up. Amazing, right? And then lastly, on this point of the visibility, we're still in the number one silent sales killer, right? We're in number one. And what is number one? Please remind me in the comments. Number one silent sales killer is what, right? And on the number one sales killer, the last point I'm going to be making there is that visibility builds trust over time. Some people are looking at you. They're just observing you. You have reached out to them. They have even saved your name. They've saved your number. They've put bookmark on your social media. They've bookmarked it. What that means is, by every time your video drops, they see it even before you see it. In fact, as you're clicking the drop the go button, they are already seeing it. But they're still watching. They want to know if you are the real deal, if you're one of them. All right. They are trying to know, are you one of them? Are you one of the masses? All right. Are you that person I can trust with my 500 million naira? I want to say US dollars. And I remember them in Nigeria, right? Are you that person they can trust? Okay. That's what they're just looking at and watching and waiting. Okay. Visibility builds trust. Showing up consistently builds familiarity. They begin to feel like they know you. Okay. The more you show up regularly, the more they begin to feel like they know you. And the more they begin to feel like they know you, they trust you. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. The more they see you, the more they like you and eventually begin to trust you. All right. All right. So please type in the comment section, visibility builds trust over time. All right. So again, number one sales killer is what? Little or no visibility. Amazing. So let's dive into number two. Are we ready? Are we ready for number two? Please help us share the video to your audience, so that as many realtors in your circle can also watch this and learn. We're talking tonight on what to do when sales are slow. We're going to be dissecting this, and we're looking at the realtor's daily action plan to bounce back. So what do you do to bounce back? So today is day number one. And for day number one, we're looking at why sales go quiet or why sales go slow, and what can you do to fix it. That's what we're discussing tonight. Are we enjoying this conversation so far? If you're enjoying, please put the fire emoji in the comment section. Let me know you're enjoying it. Welcome, Madam Chiamaka, Miracle. Good to have you. Pelumi, good to see you. Ima Opaleke, my guy, good to see you. Roy, good to see you. Madam Priska, good to see all of you right here. If you jump on live, please write hashtag live in the comment section. Let me know you're live too, so I can say hello to you. So let's dive on to point number two. The second silent sales killer is no audience or the wrong audience. Okay, I'm going to explain. So I'm going to let me break it down like this: no proper target audience or the wrong target audience. Make sense? Welcome, Vine. Vine, is good to see you. Jovial Chidema, is good to see you here. Amazing. Welcome, Messi. Promise Sachs, long time. Hi, Port Harcourt. Right. So number two silent sales killer is no proper target audience or the wrong target audience. All right. Everybody buys property, says the realtor that don't sell often. Most people take real estate like a see. Again, I'm hoping that I'm speaking to individuals that are taking real estate like a business. You're not just gambling with it. You're not just one of those people that see it like a one-time sales thing. You know how some people feel like real estate is a side hustle, such that you can just make sales once in 6 months or once, twice, three times in a full year. All right. And I'm believing that most of those kind of people are not here tonight. If you're here, then receive. We're going to be talking more about, taking real estate as a career in the boot camp. Or if you have any questions, you can just leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer as much as possible. But for tonight, let's dissect this thing about, you know, audience. Let's try and dissect it a little bit tonight, right? The first thing is, if you're talking to everybody, you're not attracting anybody. If you're talking to everybody, you are not attracting anybody. If your content is too general, if your messaging is too general, right? No one feels like it is meant for them. All right. When you're talking to, when in your messaging, in your mind, you're referring to everybody that buys real estate, right? You're not talking to anybody, as a matter of fact. It is important that you understand the four categories of people that buy real estate in Nigeria. I mean, this is from, and I wrote it in the book, my book, From Novice to Top Selling Realtor. We dissect the four categories of people. It's important you understand the investors, those that buy in bulk, touch up the land and resell. They are looking for what? Profits. Those that homeowners, that's those that buy for the sake of owning a home. So they want to buy a piece of land to build in for their home, to leave a legacy for their children, or they want to buy out a house to live in. All right, or understand cash protectors, right? The two types of cash protectors: those that are buying because they are financially literate, so they understand the time value of money. They understand inflation, concepts like inflation, devaluation of the naira. They understand that a million naira in the bank will lose at least 20 something, say 23 to 25% in the next 12 months in value. All right, they understand these things, okay? Or the diasporans that have traveled abroad and are looking to one day come back home, right, and settle. And when they come back, they want to be able to, they don't start looking for a job. They want to have things to fall back on. And most of them know that real estate is that thing, right, that they can, is one of the things, I mean, it's one of the most reliable things that they can fall back on when they come. So either for commercial purpose or even a home they will live, or the both of them. Am I too fast? I hope I'm not too fast, right? So understanding each and every one of these markets individually and crafting your messaging and your hooks, right? And even understanding what they need, each and every one of them, right? And then crafting yourself through your content to position as the person that has solution to that need. Now, you cannot do that when everybody is your target market. And so today you want to do low cost renting. Tomorrow you're doing high end renting. Next tomorrow they call you to sell in Banana Island. You're there. The other day they call you to sell in Utako. You're there. They call you the other time. They're looking for land in Kanu. You're there. They're looking for low land, 5 million in Zamfara. You're there. They're looking for a 215 million naira land. You're there. You're just everywhere. All right, you're everywhere. And so you have no target market. So what that means is you're not talking to anybody. Nobody feels like you have solutions for them tailored to their need. All right. And so the 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 concept here is that when you don't have a proper target market, right, or when you've not defined, or you're serving the wrong audience, all right, you're showing properties to people who are just admiring it and not buying. So that is when you're targeting the wrong audience with the wrong product. You may even be targeting the right audience, but you're targeting them with the wrong product. Why? Because you're not focused on solving their needs. Most people just want to sell properties, land or house, forgetting that it is not the product, it is the solution that product is solving. The buyer is looking for a solution, and a product is going to serve as the solution, right? And so your duty as a real estate consultant is to tie the problem to a solution in form of a product. For instance, the guy that has a million, say 5 million naira in his bank account, and is not going to use it in the next 5 years, all right, and is looking for a solution. That is the problem. This problem is that he understands the valuation of the naira, and he knows that his 1 million today loses at least 23 to 25% in the next 12 months in value. And so he's looking for a property or a product or a vehicle where he can preserve that money. And then he comes to you, or he sees your video and he calls you. And he's like, Mr. Victor Makinde, please, I have this 5 million naira. Where can I put the money? Or he doesn't even know that this is the problem or you have a solution. He just saw a property you're advertising and he calls you. And all you're looking to is to just sell. Okay? Now, you then present to him a 50 million naira property, but his budget is 5 million because he just wants to look for where he can preserve that 5 million. But because you are product driven and not solutions oriented, you can hardly even listen to him. All you're trying to do is to shove that product down his throat. All right? And that's what the majority of realtors do. Why? Because they've not settled down to understand their target market. What do they want? What problem is this my property solving for them? Right? And so that is the problem. So most times when they come to you, it's like bouncing off you. They come to you, they realize that you're not even trying to understand their problem. You're just telling them it's good, they should buy, it's appreciating in ROI. You know ROI. Is it ROI the guy wants? The guy has a problem. He's looking for a solution in a property. The property should not be the focus point. That's the point I'm trying to make. The solution to that problem should be the focal point. The property is simply the vehicle that is trying to solve that problem. Are you picking up what I'm dropping? Let me know in the comment section. Say I am, say fire on in the comment section if you're picking up what I'm dropping. All right. This is very important. Okay. It's very important because it positions you properly. Now, on the other side, on the flip side, how are you even sure that the client is ready, able, and willing at the time? Okay, because it's possible that you have the right product, but the client is not willing and ready at the time. And then what do you do about it? And that's why I coined the SIPA framework. Okay, that's why I coined the SIPA framework in my book, the SIPA framework. What's the meaning of SIPA? S there is search, I is interruption, P is passive, and A is active, right? It is important that you also understand how to compartmentalize your prospects as well, because it helps you too. It helps you understand what message you should give this prospect right now, where you should categorize this person tomorrow, etc., etc., so that you can understand the audience or the target market or the person you're speaking to at the time, as well as understand his problem, his pain points, and also know where he is in the buyer journey. There's something called the buyer journey. I think we'll try and dissect this more maybe tomorrow, or for those that are coming to the bootcamp, we'll dissect this a bit more, right? And so to understand if they are, let me just quickly do this. Can you still see my screen? The deeper understanding, deeper. We're talking about the second silent sales killer B, and I'm saying no audience or the wrong audience, right? That's what we're saying. Okay, so it's possible that the client is searching, but he is passive. It's also possible that the client is searching and he is active. It's possible he's searching and he's active, right? It's possible as well that he is not searching, he was interrupted, but he's passive. It's also possible that he was interrupted and he's active, right? And of course, we dissected this more in the book, From Novice to Top Selling Realtor. How many of you have read this book? We dissected this more. It's good you know where the client is in the journey, in his journey also, so that you can understand your audience. You need to understand your audience. First, you have built an audience or a customer persona, the person you're trying to serve. Of course, I don't recommend you try and serve everybody at the same time. Or that list I mentioned now, the investor, the homeowner, the cash protector, or the Nigerian diaspora. These are like 4 different categories of people that buy real estate in Nigeria, right? I'm not suggesting you go after all of them actively. I have a friend that all he does is he helps investors, people that are looking for bulk land to buy, maybe build an estate and resell. That's all he does. That's his focus. So what he does is he goes to communities, of course, outside Abuja. He goes to communities in the to the kings, to the Olus, and the Obas and the rest of them. He goes to them, and the Ezes. He goes to them, befriend them, have very good relationship with them, or the PGs. That's what he does, right? And then he positions himself for people that are looking for bulk lands to buy. That is his focus, right? In Abuja here as well, I have seen a lot of people here that their job is to help you get bulk lands for sale. Now, that's a niche, right? And so the messaging, the positioning for that is different from the person that is looking to sell to, for instance, a diaspora, a Nigerian diaspora. The number one thing he's looking for is trust. Who he can trust, right? The money is not the problem. The buying is not the problem. But usually his friends, family, close relatives have dashed his trust, and so he's looking for a neutral person he can trust. Okay. I think I've flogged this point a lot. If you have any question around here, please just leave it in the comment section. We'll discuss it so that we can thrash out the remaining 2 sales killers for tonight. Are we following? So your message must match the audience. That's the point I'm trying to make. And one of the, it is so your messaging must match the audience. And even when you're creating your content, the content must carry snippets of solutions to the problem, or the desire that your desired market, that's the person that the prospect you're trying to attract is looking for. All right. For instance, if you're trying to attract a Nigerian in diaspora, for instance, who has been beaten, like he has lost his hard-earned money, he has bought through the wrong agent, he has lost his money, that kind of person, you're going to be creating content like 3 things to look out for before buying real estate in Nigeria. or in Abuja or in Lagos, right? Something like that. I made a video yesterday and I talked about the steps. So I'm building an audience in Abuja, like I'm building a market in Abuja, right? And I'm trying to attract a certain market that are trying to buy real estate in Abuja. And one of the videos I did was a step-by-step process on how to buy properties in Abuja. In that video, I'm not even going to talk about buying through me. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll just highlight to you that, see, in case so that you know, I also sell, I'll just highlight it at the end, but it will be like an afterthought. Okay. The goal of the video is to first showcase me as an authority. Two, I'm an expert. So I'm trying to show you expert knowledge, like insider knowledge on how to buy property. And number three, which is the most important, build trust. So this guy that is trying to show me the steps to take in order to buy a property, maybe he's someone I should, consider. Does this make sense? Right? So there are questions you can ask, all right, but I think we'll leave that till tomorrow in order to attract the right audience. We'll probably leave that part till tomorrow. If you have any questions, please drop in the comment section as we dive into number three. The third silent sales killer is lack of or improper follow-up strategies. The lack of or an improper follow-up strategy. Some people lack follow-up strategy. Others use very improper follow-up strategies. All right. So that is the third sales silent killer. So most sales, of course, we all know, doesn't happen on the first contact, right? I mean, studies have shown that there has to be like 5 to 7 follow-ups before a sale is closed. Most people just give up after that one time or twice. I remember one guy that told me that he has run ads for over 3 months, and I saw his budget and I saw his leads. I saw the on his WhatsApp all the leads, and asked him a question: what is the strategy of nurturing these leads? And he was just staring at me. What is the strategy of nurturing these leads? And he was staring at me. And that's what I realized most realtors don't have, right? For me, once somebody contacts me, you see any of my content and you contact me, I am seeing money already. You either buy today, in 2 weeks' time, in 2 months' time, or in 2 years' time. Worst case scenario, you may not buy, but you're going to refer me. One day you will be somewhere and they will talk about me, or they will talk about a property or a solution I carry, and you're going to mention me. Why? Because I am going to regularly try to be in your face. All right. So it is important you note that follow-up does not mean nagging. Please write it. Follow-up is not nagging. I see a lot of people say things like, sir, they'll enter the man's inbox and say, sir, how far now? You've not bought from me. Sir, how far now? That thing we talked about, uncle. And in my mind, are you in a relationship? Are you? Or you say something like, I've not heard from you. Oh. Why is he hearing from you? Is he your husband? You are not in a relationship. That is nagging. It sounds like you're nagging. Next thing, the guy blocks you. And for some people, they don't even remember to follow up on the client until the client views their status or comments on something and they go in the guy's inbox. Oga Fana, like, sir, I'm waiting for you. Why are you waiting for me? Right? You're nagging. Like, follow-up is not nagging. You don't have to sound like that. It simply means adding value at every step. That's what follow-up is. I need you to change your perspective from following up with how far to bringing value. All right? Shift your perspective from asking about, like, reminding. So most people follow up like they're reminding the client. So shift it. Go from trying to remind the client to bringing value. Okay? For instance, updates. So you can simply say, send him an update. Say, let's say he's prospecting a property, like he's trying to buy a property, and there's a price increase. Say, sir, I am just sending you this message to inform you about this price increase so you can take advantage of the old price. See, you're bringing value right now. You're trying to make him feel like you're trying to help him save his money. All right. Or, like I do and I teach my people to do, we coin promos. Somebody type it in the comment. Coin promos. Coin it. There's no promo in a property, and I'm trying to follow up on a client. I simply create a promo and I go into his inbox and say, sir, am I lying? I say we. It can be me, my soul, and my spirit. Praise the Lord. I said, we came up with a property this week and it's lasting for only 7 days. Sir, for those that are buying 2 plots of this, are getting a fridge, a standing fan, an Android phone. Me, I've calculated my commission and I've checked to see that, okay, if I get 1 million from this commission, I can use 400K and buy this and give this man. Am I lying? I did not lie. We coined it, right? So it's important you coin. This is how you follow up. Don't nag. Don't go about saying, Safana, are you in a relationship? I've not heard from you today. Is he supposed to be reporting to you every day? Okay. So you're losing money by forgetting people who showed interest. You are losing money by doing that. It's important you find a strategic way of keeping in touch, right? For me, when you reach out to me, I ensure that you save my WhatsApp number. I find strategic ways of making you save my WhatsApp number. So I can do things like, sir, okay, I'm going to, even when there's an information you ask me for that I can send to you immediately, or I can tell you immediately, I'll be like, no, please, can I send you this on WhatsApp? Right? When you say yes, I'll not say, please, sir, do me a favor, kindly say hi on WhatsApp so that I can send you this thing. Right? So in my mind, before you say hi to me, you try and save my number. I'll also add, as I'm telling you that thing, that please, sir, you can save it with Jeff, Realtor Abuja. I'm telling you what to do already, but I'm not saying it in a way that I'm trying to send you something and I'll make it a valuable thing, right? I want to send you something. I can even go out of my way and go and create a video for you. Like, I've had clients that tell me things like, Jeff, yes, I'm interested in this, but this is on the side. Do you know this, blah, 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 or do you know how much, like, okay, typical example, a client reached out to me recently and he said that after we finished speaking, he now said something like he likes the native that I wore in that particular video, right? And I simply told him that, oh, that's beautiful. If I can get your measurement on WhatsApp, just get me your measurement on WhatsApp. I'll try and look for a way to get you that kind of simple stuff like that. Right. So 2 things happened here. First, I have created value up front. Like, my value is valuing. Like, the value is speak. How many realtors will do that? And guess what? It's not cost me over 50K. And if that client buys, I mean, with the commission, I can buy more than 100 of that thing. Do you get? Now, 2 things. I've created value up front. And of course, he has to save my number. And I go ahead to tell him that, please, kindly save it with Jeff Realtor Abuja or Jeff Realtor Enugu, something like that. so that you can see my WhatsApp status as much as possible, right? Do you get? I will pay. Someone is asking, who will pay? I will pay for it. Is it the shirt? Is that what you're asking? You lose money by not staying in touch with potential clients. Of course, you lose a lot of money by doing that. Okay. So please, silent killer number 3 is we're running out of time. Are we enjoying this class? If you're enjoying this class, please do put the fire emoji in the comment section. Let me know you're enjoying this class. Is it are you enjoying the class? Please put fire emoji in the comment section if you're enjoying the class. Silent killer number 4. Silent killer number 4 is inconsistency. This is the baba of the silent. This is the grandfather silent killer of sales. Silent sales killer number 4 is what? Inconsistency. Inconsistency. Recently, I was flying from Enugu to Abuja, and while I sat in front. So while I was in front, I can't always just help but wonder how the marvel of the airplane, right? And I was right in front there, and a funny thought came to my head. Now, of course, you know how the plane will taxi out of that area where we loaded, where we boarded from, taxied out to the runway, and then when it gets to the runway, now turns, and then the captain now mutters one thing that he used to say. Okay, yeah, prepare for takeoff, right? That's what he usually says. And then the light goes pum pum, and the light goes off, and the seatbelt, and then we begin to taxi. And a funny thought came to my mind. What if we do this runway now, reach halfway? We reach halfway. We're just about to now start taking off. The pilot now slow down and say, "Cut." Maybe something distracts me, and I say, "Oh no," he now chills. He now chills, and maybe try to do that thing. Okay. Do you know what will happen at that point? It means that we cannot fly again, right? But when he finally finished doing that thing that distracted him, that point we are at, let me draw what I'm saying so that you understand what I'm saying. So this is the runway. Are we seeing? So this is the runway, Abby. This is the point of takeoff. This is point of takeoff. This is the runway, and this is our plane. How do they drop plane again, Seth? Like this and like this. This is the tires. Kai, I did draw. This is the plane. So we are running. We now reach somewhere here. Remember, if takeoff is here. Oh, can we see? Please type I can see in the comments if you can see. So the takeoff point is here. Oh, and then he now reach here. And then he now decides that, okay, let him slow down first. Let him slow down first and maybe pick up something or eat something, right? Now, after doing that thing that distracted him at this point, can we still take off from here? You're right? Can we still take off from here? What happens at this point? So now that we are ready to take off, what then happens? It's simple. We have to go back again to this point and start again. Is that not it? Lover says, no, we cannot take off from there. Exactly. So what then happens? We have to go back. So we got to this point too. Something distracted him and he now says, okay, we can't take off from here again now. Abi, it's not possible to go from that point. Exactly. We have to now go back again and then start again. Guess what? You know that sometimes too, airplanes to line up, like planes used to line up to fly. I see that a lot in Abuja Airport, especially when the president is about to fly and everybody has to wait. When president is about to fly, everybody has to wait. You will see airplanes just line up. Your own, just like traffic in Oshodi. Your own will be in front, another one will be behind, another one will be like that, right? And you have to go back to that point and start again. Now, that's how a lot of us, our sales, that's why a lot of our sales don't take off. Something distracts you and you deviate. You stop your regular content creation. You stop going for trainings. You stop talking to your prospects. You stop following up on the ones that have contacted you. And you just come and expect that sales should just start again, right? That's not how it works. You will go back and go and build momentum again. You will lose like another maybe 1 month. The velocity has reduced. Frank is so intelligent. Frank, you go school where? Frank said the velocity has reduced. Amazing. And the speed has slowed down. Lover said the speed has slowed down. Exactly. The speed has slowed down. No, the velocity has decreased. These guys went to school. Like, you can't tell me anything when I go school where, right? So that is the point, right? And we stay inconsistent a lot, and we expect some magic, right, to happen. The market rewards consistency, not the most talented. So consistency builds authority, trust, and brand recall. People remember you easily when you're consistent. So they may not, your personality or your brand or your name may not imprint in their names, in their minds immediately. But when they see you regularly over a period of time, what's happening is that your name sticks. They now understand your name. They now know your name because they see you over a period of time. A client reached out to me recently in Abuja. He just moved to Abuja from, I don't know where he moved from, and he was looking for a property in Abuja. And then he reached out to me. And the first thing he told me was, "Well done, Jeff. Thank you for all the videos you do." And he said, the next thing he said, "I have watched a number of your videos today." So remember, he said, "Well done, Jeff." So when he called me, he says, "This is Jeff Anozie, right?" I said, "Yes, this is Jeff." And he goes, "Well done, Jeff." So you see that he's calling my name as if he gave me the name. Why? Familiarity has come in. And how the familiarity come is through consistency. The market rewards the most consistent, not the most talented. All right? And the logic behind this thing is that the more consistent you are, two things happen. You build competence as well as you build a lot of competence, and like I said, familiarity. Okay, it becomes a habit because the more you do it, the better you get at it. And that is why we do things like challenges, right? I was talking to one of my colleagues recently in Abuja here, and I was telling her that the reason we do challenges is not necessarily to get to the end point. It's not necessarily to win, as it were, per se. Some people do challenges and they can't wait to get to the end, even when they don't settle down to understand who their target market is, do the thing properly. So that's why a lot of people they're doing a video challenge, for instance, let's say a 20-day video challenge, and 19 days out of the 20 is shorts. This video is short, like reels, and inside the reels there's no words. You just be doing inside the So in my mind, when I see those kind of things, I just know that you don't understand the purpose of this thing. The purpose is not the destination is important, but the in my opinion, even more important. The process of achieving the thing is as important as the thing itself, if not more important. What that means is that at the end of the challenge, it is not what you get or that you got to the finish line. It is that in the process you became In the process of doing that thing, you built a habit, you build some level of competency. If you do these things correctly, you build knowledge. And with knowledge comes confidence. I hope I'm not screaming. I hope I'm not screaming. Can you guys still hear me? I think my camera is blurry, right? Okay, so that is it. So consistency is a decision, is not motivation. You will decide to stay consistent. Consistency is the first and in my opinion, the most critical silent sales killer or lack of it. All right. So in summary, the 4 sales silent killers for realtors. The first is what? Emilia said you're not screaming, sir. Priscilla said you build competence and familiarity the more consistent you are. Exactly. Right? In summary, the 4 silent sales killers are what? The first is what? Little or no visibility. The second is what? No or wrong audience or target market. The third is lack of or improper follow-up strategy. All right. And the fourth is the baba of them all, lack of consistency or inconsistency. So how do you fix this? In tomorrow's class, we're going to take a deep dive into fixing it. So how do you fix it? All right. And we're also going to be looking at, we're going to also be looking at how to attract buyers and revive cold leads. We're going to be looking at that as well tomorrow. Who is our class monitor? Who is going to remind us? Right? Who's going to remind us? So a bit of class assignments tonight. So as much as I like notes, for those that are taking notes, I think it's important to have action plans. So what are your action plans for tonight? If you have any question, you can leave them right now in the comments so that I can come answer them. But what are your action plans for tonight? I like to know. I like to read your action plans, right? For visibility, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do right now to stay visible as possible? Remember, your target market is waiting for you. Your audience, your clients, they are waiting for you. But they're still going to buy if you decide not to be visible. And I also said that your personality is your superpower, but people need to see you before they can connect with your personality. All right. Number 2, audience. What are you going to do about your target market today? There are questions you need to ask yourself, right? Who am I serving in the real estate industry? I need you to write out these questions. Who am I serving? Which audience am I talking to? And I wrote about target market a lot in my book, From Novice to Top Selling Realtor. There'll be a contact in the comment section if you want to order. You can call the numbers and you can reach out to them and they would get you the book, right? Who am I serving? Who are my target market? What problems am I solving? What problems or desires of theirs am I serving? Am I solving? Number 3, how can I reach them? Where are they? Okay, where are they? And then number 4, which is the question I'd like you to ask yourself tonight. How can I become their preferred option? Did you start asking this question? How can I become their preferred option, right? And then lastly, as I wrap up for tonight, poor plants, Apollo waters, but God brings the increase. And the 5th point, right? The 5th silent sales killer is not involving a superpower or a superpower. If you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, there's a spiritual side to sales, right? Whether you believe it or not is true, right? There are some things you cannot explain, and that's what some people call favor or grace, right? So it's important you add that touch to it. So I want to encourage you today. Every morning when you wake up, just close your eyes for a moment and say, God, help me. That's it. Right? So as much as you're planting, you're watering, God brings the increase. Amen. So once again, I hope I earned the value of your time. This is 1 hour 10 minutes. Sorry, I took a little bit of your time. It was supposed to end in 1 hour. I hope I earned the value of your time. So before I go, I would like to take your questions. If you have any question, I would like to read your action plans as well. I'm seeing some action plans are coming in beautiful. But before I go, I want to introduce you to the Realtors Bootcamp 2.0 happening on the 20th of June and 21st of June at Amadou Event Center in Enugu. If you enjoy this class, this is a little bit, this is a tiny, teeny bit of what will happen at the Realtors Bootcamp. I'm going to be myself and these amazing gentlemen and ladies, Jacinta Okwa, Toby Nwazo. I'm going to be talking around the mindset of a winning realtor, as well as how to go from novice to top selling realtor in 2025. What are the things you should put in place to do that? Jacinta is going to be talking around the daily activity of a winning realtor. What should your day look like? How can you structure your day in such a way that you will win? Toby Wazo is going to be talking about content that attracts, buying prospects. What are the type of contents that attract buying prospects, or content that close clients, right? Esther Jeff Anozie is going to be speaking to realtors with families. So how can you win even with a family? How can you blend business, business, marriage, and motherhood? She's going to be on the panel section. So myself, Jacinta, and Toby are going to speak, but Esther Jeff Anozie, Lovett, Stanley, and Joshua, they're going to be on a panel section, and they're going to be discussing in different areas. Lovett is going to be talking about, how to sell in a male-dominated industry. And Joshua is talking about, the guy wears a lot of hats. So he's going to be teaching realtors on how to, multitask as well as still achieve your goals and also build a team. He's building a very fantastic team, in the Southeast right there. Stanley is going to be talking about how to network for success as a realtor. And this is going to be happening on the 20th and 21st at Amadou Event Center. Now, there are two types of tickets. There's the standard and there's the executive. It's not going to be free. Okay, it's not going to be free, and it's not for everybody. Okay, so the standard ticket is day one, and it's going for 24,950,000 as early bird. There we're going to be talking. Okay, of course, there are a lot of benefits in day one. We're going to be talking about the secret blueprints to becoming a top selling realtor. We're going to be talking about the daily success schedule of a top realtor, how to create content that closes deals, and network with other top selling realtors, right? And that's the information for, registration right there. And then there's a day two. In that day two is an executive class. I struggled to put this class together, but I've gotten a lot of questions around this. And so I decided to now do it. We're going to be, of course, this includes everything in day one, but we're also going to be looking at scaling. How do you scale from a solo realtor to building a thriving team? All right. We're going to be looking at how to recruit and manage great staff. We're going to be looking at negotiating effectively with property owners. How do you negotiate more commissions than others? Okay, we're going to be looking at how to attract high quality realtors to work with you. And we're also going to have a personalized Q&A section where you can literally ask me any question around building a business and scaling in Nigeria. Okay, and this is a 100K class. 100,000 naira is the early bird, and then 150 from 1st of June. All right. And we're also going to be having lunch as the next day. So day one is the standard. Day one is for the standard. This is the general class. And then day two, which is the 21st, is the executive class. This is going to be a top tight niche VIP class. Okay. And then these are the information to register and to to make your payments, then send proof to this number. So I'd like you to screenshot this. If you have any question, you can ask me. This is the class, you can screenshot. This is the boot camp, you can screenshot. This is the standard ticket, you can screenshot. Of course, I will share with you also in the comment section. And this is the executive class where we're going to be going higher and talking about how to really build a business in real estate. And then that's the account details. So you can always go there and register. All right. So we've come to the end of today's class. If you have any questions so far, please reach out. I'm looking through the comment section to see your questions. Beautiful. Realtor Victor Jim says 5 silent sales killers: visibility or no visibility. Beautiful. Little or no visibility. Wrong target market, improper follow-up, and inconsistency. Beautiful. That is it. That is it. Action plans. My action plan is to make content that will make people like me. Beautiful. We'll discuss a bit around content creation tomorrow. So if you missed today, of course, the replay will be available. Then by tomorrow, we'll have the part 2 where we'll discuss a little more around content creation. And for those that are coming for the bootcamp, of course, we'll discuss that one more and more in details. Then I'll run ads and tell them to buy after some time. Then I'll follow up with them. Beautiful. That's a good action plan. See, much more than saying these things, it's important you take action as well. All right. Okay. Yeah. Who else? Any questions? No questions? I think you got a lot of value, right? Let me know in the comment section. Did you get value? Let me know in the comment section. Type value in the comment section if you got value. So tomorrow we're going to go deeper. We're going to talk about how to fix these 4 silent sales killers, and we're also going to be talking around how to attract buyers and revive cold leads. All right, that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. All right, so if you don't have any questions, beautiful. Value. Emilia says value. Emilia says value. Roy says value. Miracle. Mira says, I got a lot of value. Thank you, sir. Ima Opaleke says value. Beautiful. So we all got value. So with this, we've come to the end of tonight's class. I hope I was able to, start up a conversation around what to do when sales are slow, right? And of course, we're going to be discussing the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, the Realtors Daily Action Plan to bounce back, right? Thank you so much for staying till this point. Again, share this video with as many people as possible, many realtors, people that need it, so they can also see and get as much value as you have gotten. Till I come your way again tomorrow, enjoy a fantastic night. Mr. Ugochukwu says super value. Michael says value. Madam Priska says value. Thank you so much. Priscilla says got great value. Thank you. In as much as I joined late, I still got lots of value. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Jacinta says value. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Madam Chamaka says value. It's good to have you all here. Thank you so much. Enjoy a fantastic night. But remember, consistency is the cheat code for success. It is a cheat code, right? Number 1 and number 2, you can either give excuses or make money. You can either make excuses or make money. You can't make the both at the same time. So whatever your excuses are, whatever your reasons are, you're trading it away for money. And that is the reason why we're having these classes, to unveil a lot of these things to you so that you can, take action on these things. I mean, much more than having the knowledge is taking action. And I hope and wish you take action as much as possible. Till I come your way again tomorrow, same time, same venue. Enjoy a fantastic night. Bye for now.